I love when new tools are added to Minecraft because they don't stack. Please, Mojang, please fill my inventory with more tools. Who even needs empty slots? As a matter of fact, how about I help you out by coding way too many tools into the game? Let's start this off by crafting the fork. Have you ever been in the situation where you're missing a bit of hunger, but you don't want to eat an entire item just to fill up that little bit? Well, this is when the fork comes in handy. With the fork in one hand and food in the other, I can eat a little bit at a time. The food item loses a little bit of durability, which prevents me from wasting a whole food item at once. I can then keep eating this item until it is all gone. When I eat a partially eaten food item, it only gives me the nutrition that remains. But what about soup? Because you just can't eat hot soup with your bare hands or with a fork either, which is why I've added the spoon. This is the utensil you'll use to eat your soups. Yum, yum, yum. Are you ever in the situation where there's a bunch of loot lying around, but you don't want to just walk into it to pick it up because it'll fill your inventory instantly, and perhaps instead you'd want to sort through it one item at a time? Fear not, for I have added the tongs. When I hold these, ooh, check out that 3D model. Anyways, I can right click on any item entity to pick it up, and then I can choose to throw it away, or maybe I just want to put it where I am. And this is great. I can now sort through this giant mess one item at a time. There's a lot of fun things you can do with these tongs. For example, an all-you-can-eat buffet. I can use the tongs to pick up food items and deliver them to my table. I suppose I could also use the fork to eat these, and now I just have a full-on restaurant experience in Minecraft. Come to think of it, what happens if I throw down tongs, and then pick those up with tongs, and then pick that 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 up with tongs? What is this shape? Did I discover a new golden ratio? The Spring to Life drop added these pretty piles of leaf litter to forests, but there's so much. How am I supposed to deal with all this? Good news, I added a tool for this, because that's the point of this video. It's the rake. Clicking on leaf litter pulls it towards me. Wow. If you pull one block of leaf litter into another, they combine together into a bigger pile, and if the piles are too big, then you can't pull them into each other. So let me just consolidate all these leaf litter piles together. Wow, look at how much I cleaned. It's actually not that much. So that's about it for the rake. Ow. Okay, I won't go that way. Ow. 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 You know, all these tools got me thinking about Melon Sandbox, the sponsor of this video. Melon Sandbox is a game I've been playing where you can mess around however you want. There's characters and weapons and physics objects that interact with each other to create chaos. Throw characters in acid, blow stuff up, whatever it is, you can do it. It really feels like a modern incarnation of some classic mobile and web games. Now, what I really like about Melon Sandbox is its modding support. You can make your own mods and minigames using programmable chips or get creations by other players from the workshop. This chip system is really extensive. I feel like I've only scratched the surface with it. There's so much you can do. It's crazy what people have made so far. These minigames have their own UIs and systems and pretty much play like they're completely unique games. And anyone can make stuff like this. Through the workshop, you can also monetize your own creations, so hey, if this YouTube thing doesn't work out, I might just become a Melon Sandbox modder. If this interests you, check out Melon Sandbox and the Melon Sandbox YouTube channel, links in the description below. With an egg and a clock, I can make the egg timer. I wonder what this does. Okay, well, I'll just leave that then. Anyways, I realized a really good way of reducing the amount of space that tools take up in your hotbar would be to add something like a Swiss Army knife. But this is Minecraft, so instead I've added the Swedish Army knife. Right now, no tool has popped out, so let me sneak and use it. And now it's a sword. Or I could use it again while sneaking. And now it's a shovel, or a pickaxe, or an axe, or a hoe, or shears. All of these work like they're actual tool counterparts, so let me get the shovel out. I can turn these into path blocks, or with the hoe, I can till the land. I can pull out the shears and actually shear a mob with it. What is that sound? Oh, it's the egg timer. I guess it went off. Anyways, the tools actually do inherit stats from their item. So for example, the sword actually does a sword amount of damage. Or the shovel mines dirt fast. The axe mines logs fast and it can strip them. Even though the stuff I make is often humorous, I gotta say this Swedish army knife item would be so cool if it weren't so cumbersome to switch through all the tools. Do you ever think to yourself, it takes way too darn long to dig straight down and I want to die in lava as soon as possible? Good news for you, I have added the jackhammer. I can right click to turn it on and it'll start digging the blocks underneath me. It won't stop digging the blocks underneath you. So if you don't want to start digging straight down, you gotta keep moving. All right, here I go. This will take me all the way to bedrock. Oh, a mine shaft. Oh. What the? Trial chamber? I did not expect that. And there we go, in world record time. Technically speaking, is the crafting table a tool? If so, then I guess I could add a tool that you use as a block. With a stripped log, a lever, and wool, you make the nutcracker. Isn't he beautiful? There's a lever in the back, which I can pull to open his mouth and close it and open and close it. So one slight problem, there aren't any nuts in Minecraft. That's okay though, I just had to get creative. So I made the nutcracker behave like a crafter, but only for single items. So it can turn cocoa beans into dye, or logs into planks, or ingots into nuggets. Does it require a lot of clicking? Yes, but is it pretty neat? I guess so. So you ought to know why this video took so long. You see, on a Christmas night with the full moon out, the nutcracker comes to life. And I added so many things for this special event. There's a rat king that it fights, there's sugar plum fairies, there's a whole new dimension. So let's see it in action. Time set midnight. Why isn't anything happening? It's not Christmas. Oh well, if I'm not showing it in the video, I might as well just delete it. This mod adds one last thing, and it is big. But before I forget, I just want to remind you that I'll be releasing this mod right now to my supporters on Ko-Fi. And then in 3 months, it'll be publicly released for everyone to enjoy. So if you like what you see, consider supporting me. I really appreciate it. Okay, for this final feature, I realize I've only been adding new tool types for my mod, but come on, this is a Minecraft mod. I should be adding a new tool tier. They recently added copper tools. Why can't I do the same? No, I can do one better. Why don't I add every tool tier? That's right, let's pick any item, emerald. And I can craft an emerald pickaxe, an emerald axe, an emerald shovel, an emerald hoe, and an emerald sword. My mod dynamically figures out the stats for these items and it colors them based on the emerald sprite. So yeah, these are authentic emerald tools. I can swipe, I can mine, I can strip logs, I can make paths, I can till. I'm not joking, you can turn anything into a tool. Chorus fruit, shovel. It works like a real shovel, and if I eat it, I teleport. I can make a turtle shell pickaxe, which I can wear on my head. How about a mace sword that actually works like a mace? Or what about a netherite pickaxe? This also works with blocks, so I could make a magenta stained glass axe, and then I could use it as an axe, or I could just place it down as a block. The wind charge pickaxe launches me up, the enderpearl sword teleports me, the bow hoe shoots arrows, the parrot spawn egg axe spawns parrots, the nether star sword is really shiny for some reason, the totem of undying shovel saves my life, the spyglass pickaxe can be looked through, the eye of ender hoe locates the stronghold, and the firework rocket axe looks like a fireman axe, and it's an actual firework as well. I can eat a pumpkin pie axe with my fork sword, or I can eat my suspicious stew pickaxe with my spoon shovel. The jackhammer sword does jackhammer things. I can pick up my tongs sword with my tongs pickaxe. The rake sword looks like a wooden sword, but it does rake things. The Swedish army knife hoe does Swedish army knife things, but without the visuals. And lastly, the egg timer pickaxe does egg timer things, but I'm not going to wait the full minute for it to go off. Anyways, I wonder what the ender dragon spawn egg shovel does. Yeah, I should have expected that.